NASA scientists declare alien life will be found in the next 3 years. They say we know where to look. NASA's former chief scientist predicted that signs of alien life will be found by the year 2025, now just 3 years away. For years, scientists searched far and wide for any evidence of life in the cosmos. Certain planets like Mars and Venus have offered some hope in the form of microscopic organisms such as methanogens, and in 2019, efforts were ramped up after the Curiosity rover discovered traces of methane in Mars, the red planet's atmosphere. And let's also remember that there have been artifacts found in various places on the Moon and Mars, the face and the pyramids on Mars, many pyramids on Mars, even doors that we found in NASA images of Mars, and also, of course, the pillar on the Mars moon Phobos. But anyway, going back to this, further investigations proved fruitless, they say. Then there was the breakthrough discovery of phosphine on Venus. It's a toxic gas whose presence usually indicates the presence of life. And yet again, nothing was ever found. Efforts within the methods of searching for extraterrestrial life, SETI, and messaging extraterrestrial intelligence, METI, have ramped up since the beginning of the 10s, however. So much so that in 2015, then Chief NASA Scientist Ellen Stoffen claimed that by the year 2025, scientists will likely discover the first signs of alien life in space. That's what she said 10 years ago. Her predictions places us just 3 years from a potential breakthrough. It's a tantalizing thought for extraterrestrial buffs. Finally, support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box. Speaking during a panel discussion focusing on the space agency's efforts to search for habitable planets and alien life, she said, "I think we're going to have strong indications of life beyond Earth within a decade, and I think we're going to have definitive evidence within 20 or 30 years." So let's remember that obviously it's a woman that worked for NASA, former chief scientist, and obviously this is what their aim is, to try to prolong space missions. She said, "We know where to look, we know how to look. In most cases, we have the technology and we're on a path to implementing it. And so I think we're definitely on the road," she said. John Grunsfeld, physicist and an astronaut, added, "I think we're on one generation away in our solar system, whether it's on an icy moon or on Mars, and one generation away on a planet around a nearby star. Recent discoveries suggest that the solar system and broader Milky Way galaxy, our galaxy that is, are teeming with environments that could support life. Oceans of liquid have been found sloshing beneath the icy sheets as shells of Jupiter's moons, Europa and Ganymede, as well as Saturn's Enceladus. Oceans once covered Mars, scientists believe, with seasonal dark streaks found across its surface, potentially caused by once flowing salty water. Further away, observations by NASA's Kepler Space Telescope suggest that nearly every star in the sky hosts planets. Many of these worlds may be habitable, with Kepler having found myriad rocky worlds like Earth and Mars, and its observations suggesting that those worlds are far more likely to exist than gassy giants like Jupiter and Saturn. And just as like the solar system appears to be awash with water, Paul Hertz, director of NASA's Astrophysics Division, said the galaxy at large seems similar. And speaking at the same event as Ms. Stoffen, he describes the Milky Way as a soggy place. He said, "We can see water in the interstellar clouds from which planetary systems and stellar systems form." He said, "We can see water in the disks of debris that are going to become planetary systems around other stars, and we can even see comets being dissipated in other solar systems as their star evaporates them." And more recently, a team of researchers from University of Cambridge identified a new class of habitable planets that could change the game completely. Dubbed Heisen Planets, meaning hot, ocean-covered worlds with hydrogen-rich atmospheres, the newly identified exoplanets are far greater in number and easier to spot than Earth-like planets. More importantly, researchers say specifically hunting for Heisen planets could lead to us discovering biosignatures of life outside our solar system within the next 2 or 3 years. Dr. Niku Madhusudan from Cambridge Institute of Astronomy told BBC Science Focus magazine he believes researchers are having an open, huge window of opportunity at finding new life. He said Heisen planets open a whole new avenue in our search for life elsewhere. Essentially, he said, when we've been looking for these various molecular signatures, we've been focusing on planets similar to our Earth, which is a reasonable place to start. But we think Heisen planets offer a better chance of finding several trace biosignatures. Now let's remember our Earth, when various other life forms lived on Earth, was a totally different atmosphere and geology than it is today. This is by Joel Day on Express UK. Let's talk a little bit about the monolith on Phobos moon of Mars. This is it right here. The monolith, right, casting a long shadow, taken by Mars Global Surveyor. And this is what Neil Armstrong that referred to this, telling us that we should be asking questions as to what that is for and who put it there. Because it's a monolith, it's perfectly, as you can see, straight up, very tall because of the shadow it's casting. And who put it there? That's the question. So this is by Mars Global Surveyor, MOC image, 1998. It's a large rock on the surface of Mars moon Phobos. It's about 279 feet across, 300 feet tall. The monolith, the geological feature consisting of single massive piece of rock, and monoliths are also occurring naturally on Earth, but it has been suggested that the Phobos monolith may be a piece of impact ejecta. Does that look like an impact ejector to you? I mean, I don't see any impact there that would give this thing all of a sudden. The monolith is a bright object near Stickney crater, described as a building-sized boulder casting a prominent shadow, discovered by Efrain Palermo, who did extensive surveys of Martian probe imagery, later confirmed by Lan Fleming, an imaging subcontractor at NASA Johnson Space Center. And this is the area of it right here. That's the monolith right there. The object appears in Mars Global Surveyor image, dated 1998. The object is unrelated to another monolith located on the surface of Mars, which NASA noted as an example of common surface feature. What's the other monolith? Look at this. I mean, I'm sorry. Look at this. Does that look like... I'm sorry. This is the first time I see this monolith. Okay. Does that look like a geological feature to you? Straight up, flat, and totally rectangular. I'm sorry, but I don't believe this is a natural geological formation. Anyway, tell me what you think. I think this is really something. I'll leave links below for you for this. Please leave your comments. Thank you for your support, and Happy New Year, healthy and prosperous for all of you. Thank you.